So, welcome back to the channel, folks, and today I bring you a long-awaited video. A lot of people have asked when the next Mr. Hate review was coming out. Sadly, due to YouTube's inane monetization policies and, of course, grabbing of the proverbial balls of their creators, it takes a while. So, that's why. But look no further. Today, I'm going to be exploring everything wrong with The Predator. Everything I thought was balls, personally, and everything that I thought was total garbage in the movie, and also take a special note of exactly why this movie is an awful Predator franchise film. Not just a bad film, because it sure as hell is. So if you haven't seen The Predator, well, you probably should, because it is a fun mess of a film. It is entertaining, even for a garbage movie, and it's entertaining on many levels, mainly because it's garbage, but it is entertaining. So it sadly suffers from the same issue as Batman vs Superman does. A director that just thinks, oh shit, you know what would be cool? This would be cool. You know what would also be cool? Yeah, this would also be cool. And then that cycle just continues and continues until you're left with a movie so full and bloated, you're looking at a Walmart hooker. Seriously, this movie smashes so many ideas together that individually could have been decent, but such little time is spent on them in this particular film, you're left feeling like Shane Black just ripped down your pants, teased your ass, and then raped you, leaving you with no enjoyment, no satisfaction, brutally, bitterly disappointed. So first things first, let's take a look at the main characters, shall we? You've got Boyd Holbrook as the lead, Quinn McKenna, with the antagonist character, I guess you could say, being played by Sterling K. Brown. And one is a charisma vacuum, so devoid of any energy, you'd think that he had just rolled out of bed high off of some sleeping drugs. And then the other is clearly having the time of his life. Can you guess which? Can you guess which of these characters that I'm describing here? Yeah, you'd be mistaken for thinking it was the lead that was having the time of his life. Yeah, that's right. So the black hole of energy, the void of joy, is in fact Boyd Holbrook. The guy looks like he couldn't give a crap about being there. It's genuinely insane. Which, that in and unto itself wouldn't actually be that bad. If it's built into his character, that's fine. I can appreciate a character that is supposed to be like that, and again, is written like that. I can appreciate that. But you know the movie was written by not the brightest bulbs in the box, when the opposing force of that main character is so full of life and charisma that it's a polar opposite. It's night and day, and frankly, it just makes the lead look really, really bad. He genuinely looks like he's bored next to Sterling K. Brown, who genuinely is having the time of his life. Like he looks like he just is having a ball on this film. So what I'm going to do on this Mr. Hate review, I'm going to do something different here, because there is so much wrong with this movie, and genuinely there is so much wrong. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to spot pick what I consider to be the biggest offenders that stick out in my mind, and for the others, let's have a bit of interaction. I want you guys to join in the comment section down below. So first, and biggest moronic action of the day, the main character has Predator technology, and he ships it home. Why? I would understand if you didn't know what it did, but as seen in the scene, when you bully a man into sending it home for you, you are well aware what the Predator tech does. Why did you think sending a package from another country, going through customs, scanning technology that will decipher what's in the package to ensure it's not illegal, why did you think that would be better than simply using the cloaking ball that you clearly know how to use, just walking up to a plane, comfortably climbing the stairs, embarking the plane, sitting in first class, and flying your way home? Why did you think that was a better idea? Why? So this is the first lot of decisions from this particular main character that just shows he was written poorly. First class. There are always seats available. Always. And it's the least risky way of getting that crap home. But no, you just resigned yourself to being captured. Like a tit. Congrats. I understand the story is written in a certain way to move things along. I'm not an idiot, but come on. This is so blindingly stupid that I'm surprised it made it past the first draft, let alone into the final product. So, I can't talk about the main character without talking about his son. He's autistic, right? The issue with this, and I've got no issue with autism, fine, whatever, no issue at all. It's a horrible thing for some people to deal with, absolutely. I'm not a heartless guy. I do have something beating here. But what I do have an issue with is when they say that autism is the next step in human evolution.
He said he wanted McKenna, the next step in the evolutionary chain. Not you, your son.
So, what? Sorry, what? This statement is just so laughable. It doesn't really need any further comments. It's just fucking stupid. The predators, the galaxy's greatest hunters, are now hunting autistic children. We go from Dutch, the butchest man that you'd ever seen, pretty much an idol to most people, to an autistic child. How? How did we get there? What kind of leap is this? So how did anyone think that this was what the fan base would want, or like let alone what anyone with half a brain would want? So say if this movie was marketed towards non-fans, which it wasn't, who in their right mind thinks that that wouldn't just be laughed at? Like, piss off, Fox, you are drunk, you are genuinely drunk, go home. So, of course, cue the abusive cliche callbacks to the other movies, get to the choppers, you're one beautiful motherfucker. Please.
Get to the choppers!
You're one beautiful motherfucker.
Please don't rape me any further, Shane Black. You're destroying my fandom and my arsehole here. Again, the fact that these made it into the movie, in my eyes, I find it is just shocking. It's abuse. They abuse the franchise and the fan base. Callbacks to other movies work, when added subtly. This was so ham-fisted it grated heavily, like finely grated cheddar cheese. So of course we progress through the movie at a fairly quick pace. We get to know this awesome fugitive predator, then bam, he's dead. You like that character? Fuck off, he's dead. He's gone. Piss off. His head's ripped off. So yeah, and then we shift. We now have this big bad, this CGI dude that in parts actually looks pretty decent. Like it's not perfect or anything like that, but in parts it looks fairly decent. And then bam, you can see the reshoots happen because in some shots the CGI was so poor, it's very clear that it was rushed. And there's not much else really to say on this guy. It's pretty alright expansion to the lore, I guess, and genuinely, of course, it ruins the lore to some. Like a lot of fans will know why, but it's also interesting in some ways, and it's fairly irrefutable. You know, it genuinely is interesting in some ways. The problem, though, with this guy, he's pegged as this ultimate badass, and then he seems to forget his own powers, and I hate this. This is the worst thing to do in a film. So we see him being shot at, and he grows an exoskeleton under his skin, and it's even commented on by Miss I know how to use guns and I'm not afraid of anything token female because we live in cotton ball society character.
You saw that, right? Guys, did you see that? He grew an exoskeleton under his fucking skin.
So why in the hell, in the third act, does this guy not use the same powers again? I've got no idea. This movie suffers from characters with amnesia, and it's really offensive when movies do this to their characters. Oh, you know that really cool thing that we introduced at the start to show you guys how cool and powerful this guy is? Yeah, he forgot it. Because plot. That's why. Alright then, it's fine. So let me lube up my ass for another raping, shall I? So anyway, this guy dies, and Jesus Christ, like again, amnesia. This predator is painted as an ultimate hunter, and he just gets picked off by this trio of fuckery. So we've got Autism Lad, removes one of his arms, Charisma Vacuum does a number on him, and then SJW Warrior Princess comes in and adds to the pile of BS. And then, just to top off the stupidity of this main character that I mentioned earlier, having spent the entire movie knowing exactly what these things are, knowing that they're aliens, having an explanation from the government, being on their ship, having a biologist tell him what they are, he ends with the most brutal of callback rapes. What the fuck are you?
What are you? Shut the fuck up.
Why? You added this in because? Callback? Why? Did you want like another nod to other movies, even though it shows that your character is the biggest moron ever? Why? Tell me why. So let's dive back a bit, because I've rushed ahead. obviously, these kind of things snowball a little bit, and I get a bit heated on this. So let's dive back. Remember that awesome antagonist? The one that's clearly having the time of his life and should have been the main character? Yeah, you remember? Great. Do you remember when he died? No? Or you do? Oh, you do. Perfect. Because you are one of the people that actually did notice this. This guy gets killed off so quickly and in the most stupidest of ways, you would literally blink and you would miss it. And, to top that off, it's not even acknowledged by anyone. He blows his own head off. He kills himself. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a byproduct of the reshoots. This guy was supposed to get killed off by some colonel, but that was cut because they cut an entire part of the story which featured friendly predators working with humans. So yeah, rather than being smart and writing the character out properly, which is what you should be doing, or changing his role to doing something else, and maybe, oh, I don't know, brainstorm, have his character go through something called an arc, they just kill him off by him killing himself. Round of applause. Black and Dekker, the ultimate writers. And of course, I didn't mention the cliche global warming subplot. You know the predators? They're actually ecologists now. Yeah, did you not know this? So they learned that we are destroying our world, so they want to move in its new state, nurture it, farm it, colonize it, because reasons. Look, obviously I'm embellishing a little bit here, but there is a global warming subplot, and the reason they are coming here more and more is because the planet is getting hotter and we are killing ourselves. So they want to move in. Why? What's wrong with our own planet? Unless, of course, hold on. Don't tell me. The next movie, they will come here all friendly and they will tell us that they've experienced global warming on a scale even larger than we have, and they will tell us the error of our ways. Is this where we're going with this? Why then? Please, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, I'm about done with this. Remember, this is of course just a highlight reel, but I will leave you with where the film left us. We spent the entirety of this movie in a very hard R world. F-bombs aplenty, blood pouring everywhere, and then we end with this shit. This. What the fuck is this? Oh yeah, that's right. It's Shane Black sticking his middle finger up to everyone that hated his Iron Man and not so subtly telling you all to go fuck yourself. This superhero ending, why? It's not for the target audience. It's not for the audience you just spent the entirety of the movie appealing to. And the ones that did love the blood and gore, this is again not going to be for them. It's a byproduct of horrendous reshoots and an ending that is trying so hard to set up a sequel, it doomed to fail. So why does this movie not function as a Predator franchise film? Well, it tries so hard to subvert the expectations from the fans that enjoyed the original movies. It is so desperately trying to distance itself from that and become part of the new era of movies. You just can't do this with this particular franchise. It's a product of the 80s and it works. It has to stay in that tone, that style, that kind of macho man thing, because it's what built the fan base. It is that. It is cheesy. You can still have an event film with it being cheesy, but you can't try to subvert the expectations and have the galaxy's greatest hunters looking for autism. What are you doing? So that wraps it up here for me. I've got nothing else left to say about this shit heap of a film. Like I said at the start, and like I said in my review, I enjoyed 90% of it. It's an entertaining film. It's funny. It's not a good film though. It's disjointed. It's awfully edited. It has bad effects. But is it entertaining? Yeah, absolutely it is. Should you go and watch it? Yeah, for the spectacle. Would you have a good time with some of the jokes? Yeah, probably. Of course you would. Shane Black, he does jokes quite well, if you like Shane Black jokes. But is it a good Predator film? No. Is it a good film? No. And that's where I'll end today. Like I said, this is a highlight reel. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. So please do drop them all down below. And if you like this film, defend it. I'm not going to comment and reply to you because I don't really care, but defend it to other people. Guys, as always, if you are new here, please do hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date on all the world of pop culture and movie news, and maybe these will return again. If you do want to support these and see these become a little bit more of a recurring thing, jump onto my Patreon, because that allows me to do this stuff. These always get demonetized, they get copyright claimed, they get taken down. There's an awful lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes when you slam a movie to pieces. Studios don't really like it. So like I said, if you want to see these become a more regular thing, jump on over to my Patreon. You can see a link down below in the description box. Anyway, guys, I've got nothing else left to say. If you like this video, give it a like and a share. I've Mr. H. Take care.